What's going on, my reefing fam? March here, Fragbox TV. If you do not own a drill or a skill saw or a miter saw, opening a store like this, a saltwater coral store, saltwater fish store, may not be the right store for you. If you don't have basic plumbing knowledge, don't open a store like this. If you don't have basic or rudimentary electrical knowledge, this may not be the right sort of business endeavor for you. Just being honest, just saving you a lot of time, headaches, and money. Now, if you're super handy and you don't mind rolling up your sleeves and grabbing the big old wrench and, you know, getting into it, maybe this is it for you. But if you don't do well under stress and you don't do well with time constraints, maybe not the store for you. What are we doing here today? We are dealing with a leaking bulkhead. So let me show you how my day went. I thought I was gonna go outside. I thought I was gonna leave Fragbox. I was on my way out with a whole day planned, a Friday, 29 degrees Celsius. It's like 85 Fahrenheit, beautiful in Toronto. It's not snowing all the time. And I'm just walking out and I notice right here on the floor, a puddle of water. Now Kavina had just watered the plants. So I thought, okay, it's leftover water. Kavina watered the plants. We got a little bit on the floor. Eli runs over and licks the floor, more or less. No, he tasted some of the water and he says, no, the water's salty. But we don't see a leak. Everything looks normal. Everything looks fine in here. We start digging, we're pulling stuff apart, and we notice that we had a cabinet here a second ago. It got soaked and fell apart because that's whatever. And we find this leaking bulkhead. Now, why does a bulkhead leak? I thought that maybe it wasn't tight enough. We've had this tank set up for 3 years. And so I got under here, I tightened it because I could see the water was leaking from I was able to locate it right here. It wasn't leaking from this joint and it wasn't leaking from here. It was leaking from where the plastic meets the glass. And so I tried to tighten it. That didn't work. It actually made it worse. So we turned off the flow. We cut the pipe. And now we're gonna fix it. So the whole point of this video, it's not really to talk you out of starting a store. It's more about the safety and electronic kind of part of it, because Jay actually worked at another store and he was just telling me on how something very similar happened, but it led to a little fire. And what we do here in the shop is we try and be as safe as possible. So get these. They're on Amazon. They're 10 bucks. They really saved our butt today, because even though we have some water over there, we were good. You know, we had a pool of water on the floor, but this holds all of our power supplies. So, you know, I'm not out $400 or $500 in changing my Radion power supplies, my Neptune wave pump power supplies. They're all nice and dry, even though the floor is wet. This probably should be mounted a little bit further away. You know, if that leaks, I could see how some water may trickle over to here. It's probably too close, so I may take the time today and move it over to this side. It's like, you know, a small change, but it can save our butts. We saw 2 really big stores burn to a crisp in the United States. Go on Reef Builders, you can see them. Look at this tank. We had another issue. This has just been the week of pulling apart cabinets. But sort of the same idea here. It's a little bit messy because I'm dealing with some renovations, but these are mounted up nice and high. These are mounted away. Even here, look at our Red Sea Reefer. We have a video coming out very soon about a Red Sea Reefer that blew up. Now, it's not pretty, but the important part is it's off the ground. So in the event of a flood, the water's going down. It's not going up the wall. And that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today, is be safe. Water and electricity do not play nice together. If you are interested in the power bars, we sell a ton of them. It's the Reef Casa Power Hub. That is my shameless sales plug. It's got a bunch of little independent switches, so you can plug in 6 different things and you can easily turn them on and off, and it gives you a little blue indicator light. You can see we're using it over here on our 6-gallon Pico, our smallest tank that we offer. And there's the power bar mounted nice, high, and we had one little flood on this tank and we're okay. We didn't have to worry. But that's about it, guys. I hope you stay safe and you make sure that your electrical is done properly. It's mounted up high and far away from any potential water sources. Actually, I started wrapping up too soon. I'm gonna fix this problem first. Hold on. Let me show you how I do it. So we're gonna use a new bulkhead. I got my PVC glue. We're gonna need some transitions and we're gonna need some new pipes. So let me go ahead and fix this really quick. Okay, now it's done. There goes my whole day. The whole day went sideways, but she's good. Let's plumb back in. Gonna turn it on in a second. Moved all the electrical over. Not fun, but that's why they pay me the big bucks, I guess. It's just part of the hobby. It's part of the experience. It's part of running one of these beasts, one of these stores. There's a lot that goes into it that you guys don't see behind the camera, behind the channel. I try and record the fun, entertaining, lighthearted stuff, but sometimes there's stuff like this. Sometimes there's Red Sea reefers that give out on customers on the seam, and they got to come and drop off all their corals. And sometimes it's just videos spotlighting and talking about some of my favorite corals in the shop, like these bounce Rhodactis mushrooms. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope that you keep your electrical off the floor, and I hope to see you back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.